Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked, and I am continuing my Final Girl, series of going through all the different boxes that you can get within Final Girl. This is the second video that I'm doing, so if you haven't seen my initial run-through or the first one that I did with, what was his name? Totally Drawn, Inkanyambe, then definitely go check those out. But this time it is going to be Dr. Fright, the Dream Doctor, in Maple Lane. So very clearly who Dr. Fright is inspired from, but very excited to showcase this one. Basically the reason for going through these is one, just videos to put up, but also Season 2 should be coming relatively soon. So yeah, that's going to be exciting. And yeah, this is just base box. I know I have the lore and scenarios here, but I didn't do any of the scenarios. But let's jump right in, shall we, with Dr. Fright. Dr. Franklin Wright was a renowned dream therapist who, through the use of psychic abilities, was able to treat his patients by manipulating their dreams. A substantial power, to be sure. Yeah, I mean, that would be a pretty good, psychologist or something if he could, maybe not be manipulated, but if he could check out our dreams. He began experimenting without his patients' knowledge, and instead of happy, soul-fulfilling dreams, he began manipulating their dreams to be dark, terrifying experiences. He was convinced that by having patients overcome their fears in a dream state that they would learn to overcome their problems in the real world. It worked for many of his patients, and he was extremely happy with the results. But a few weeks into these Frightmares, as he called them, it's, I can't do it, Fright Night. For real. A teenage patient of his named Lisa Smalley leapt from the roof of her high school. It happened just hours after a session with Dr. Wright at her home on Maple Lane, and she died immediately on impact. Lisa's parents were furious and fully blamed Dr. Wright, or Dr. Fright as he was becoming known. What a loser. He lost most of his other patients after the terrible tragedy, and soon he had none at all. His business collapsed and he nearly went broke. He began touting his Frightmare therapy online and quickly developed a cult following. Most of the people you know what's interesting is the concept of Freddy was done around the time when obviously there wasn't internet or wasn't as big as it is obviously now. I wonder how that would work. Probably like this. Most of the people watched to make fun of it, but if you were willing to try it out, it was then that Frankie learned that he could enter his subject's dreams from anywhere. And not only that, he learned that trauma within the dreams was leaving real-life wounds. When one of his chief critics, some 20-something YouTuber named Scally, agreed to Frightmare therapy as a joke for his fanbase, Dr. Fright decided to push his limits. Gotta get those views, baby! It's all about the clout. No one knows what happened inside the dream, but a shocked audience witnessed Scally's wrists open up on a live stream. Despite quick reactions by his fans to call 911, Scally was dead before the ambulance arrived at the bloody scene. Meanwhile, Lisa's parents, Mike and Rhonda, had been planning Franklin Wright's demise for weeks from their home on Maple Lane. When they saw the news of a manhunt for Wright, they knew that they had to act quickly before he was caught and sent to prison for life. They felt prison would not be enough to stop his power, and that only in death would his evil be stopped. They knew exactly where to find Franklin. For the past few weeks, they'd been paying a private eye to follow him, so they knew about his secret office in the boiler room of an abandoned factory in town. Rhonda's father owned a farm 40 miles. This one's way more in depth than the first video I did. Owned a farm miles outside of town, and after they used pepper spray to subdue him, they put a bag over his head and drove him there. They unloaded the man from the trunk and dragged him inside the barn. They were so eager for revenge. When Mike pulled his gun out and pointed at Wright's head, Rhonda put her hand on his wrist, slowly lowering his arm. Wait. This is too good for him. He needs to suffer, to feel pain, like the pain we've felt since losing Lisa. She nodded over to a pitchfork in the corner of the barn. Mike nodded in agreement. As he lay on the hay-covered barn floor, Franklin looked up as the bag was removed from his head to find Rhonda raising the pitchfork. Franklin tried to move, but with his hands bound behind his back and Mike holding him down, he was unable to avoid the violent stabs as Rhonda brought the pitchfork down again and again and again. Franklin lived through his eyes being gouged out, his lungs and neck being punctured, and even a stab that clipped the heart, but finally he felt his life slipping away. The stabs continued and there was blood everywhere, but the pain was gone. And then, just before his last breath escaped his lips, it hit him. Go into the dream world. No one heard from Dr. Franklin Wright again, not for many years, until a high school senior who lived with her adoptive parents on Maple Lane had a strange dream that she was in a boiler room. There was a man there in the shadows. He didn't respond to her calls of, "Hello? Who's there?" He moved towards her, scraping something metal on the pipes that ran along the wall beside it. Kind of looked like a claw. He came closer and moved into the musky light. She noticed that he held was actually the head of a pitchfork broken at the handle. The prongs had been bent at the tips, and it certainly did not look like it was for farming. As he came out of the shadows, the girl's eyes went wide. The man was wearing a bloody sweater vest and was grotesquely disfigured with pockmarked like scars all over his face and neck, like dimple-like scars everywhere. Sheila Smalley turned and ran. Dr. Fright lives on in the dream world to terrify and exact his evil revenge on the Smalleys and all of the other residents of Maple Lane. All right. Well, damn, that was that. That was a long one, but pretty interesting. I mean, they gave him the pitchfork instead of the hand claws, and yeah, he basically has a bunch of stab wounds all over him. And I am playing as old Nancy. Nancy Lang was basically the all-American girl. An only child, she was constantly being doted on by her parents. In the rare instance where she did get into trouble, her father's position and influence as a ranking officer in law enforcement was usually enough to get her out of it. Nancy suffered from night terrors, often thrashing violently in her sleep. Her parents were considering something for Nancy they recently heard about called dream therapy, and apparently there was a local doctor that does that sort of thing. Nancy was a bright young woman, a senior in high school who was well-liked. Her boyfriend lived just around the corner, and while he was a good guy, he wasn't someone Nancy saw herself with long-term. So she's basically just, leading him on. Nancy was always extremely resilient and persistent. She'd beat the odds, even when they were heavily stacked against her. Okay, so this one is actually a very intricate one. We'll go over Maple Lane. Runs through a typical American suburban neighborhood in the quaint town of Spring Hill. Maple Lane was a street like any other, at least until someone got murdered. Now the residents are fearful of outsiders and wary of each other, but that doesn't stop them from gathering for holidays and letting their children play in the streets. They may soon regret having such a false sense of security. Yeah, especially because on the night of all nights, there's a block party. So this symbol here in the intersection has 6 people. So you know what it is? This is a TikTok rave that's happening. Kind of like what do they do? Like those like conventions that YouTubers throw. That's kind of what's happening here. And because this is the anniversary of that girl's death, when she jumped off, and they're like, "Ooh, yeah, scary! Come on, Dr. Fred, come get us!" And then posting on TikTok. So they're broken up into quadrants: northwest, southwest, southeast, and northeast. There's actually 4 search decks, and of 3 cards. So each location can be searched only once. Basically, if I search a location, then I place that and it can't be searched again. But if it has a resident in it, then I have to convince them. So that's one of the new cards, is convince. 1 success, I can enter it, but I lose time. 2 successes, I just can enter it. And then 3 successes lets me enter it and take the top item of that location. So yeah, and then no successes, I can enter, but I'll hurt myself, so I kind of just force my way in. And yeah, that's Maple Lane. And then Dr. Fright, I was in some sort of boiler room, and a grotesque man with a pitchfork was chasing me, bruh. I was sure he was going to kill me. It felt so real. He had pockmarked scars all over his skin, and his eyes were milky white, a strange black, something, maybe cloud, but with eyes swirling behind him. I was terrified, so I turned and ran. I rounded a corner and lost my footing. I staggered into some pipes, and they burnt my skin so badly. That's when I woke up. I thought it was all a dream, but I had a severe burn on my arm from the pipes. That's a Spring Hill police report, if you'd believe it. So this one has a state of awake or asleep. And while I am awake, I cannot attack Dr. Fright, nor can he attack me, unless very specific circumstances. But what I have to do is if I do a short rest or a long rest after doing the actions, I can then enter the boiler room. And basically I just kind of take this card, put it on the bottom, and then flip it. And there are 4 cards, and I kind of, in the boiler room is whenever I can actually damage him. I don't have to be, like I can still move around the map and attack like normal. So what it says is, yeah, when you're asleep, you may move around the board, attack Dr. Fright, and even search for items. This represents moving around in the dream and perhaps finding, manifesting, an item or weapon. But now he can attack me, so normally, basically if he ever does anything where he targets me or a victim, then he actually targets a victim. If he targets just me, he'll move towards me, but he won't attack me in the awake dream, or in the awake state. However, every other time, if I'm actually in the boiler room, or if I'm dreaming, then he follows everything like normal. So that's pretty much it. And then, yeah, whenever I go into the boiler room, there's 4 cards that basically, to wake back up, I have to go through those, and I have to basically do at least one, but I can do as many as I'd like. And he is in each of the 4 quadrants. So there's 4 cards. I don't know where they're going to come up, but he is in one of the... They're broken up into 4 sections. He is in one of the sections, and on each of the cards. So he only shows up in one quadrant once. So I can kind of manipulate it if I can math it out correctly on where he's going to be. But if I reveal him, then he just attacks me. He just does a regular target me attack once. And yeah, Nancy only has 4 health. She has a really cool special ability, but only 4 health. So we shall see how this goes. And the event was fire. Do you smell smoke? Yeah, brah. I don't know. I did like a cigarette. Yeah, totally. I do smell smoke. So it ended up being at the boyfriend's house, which is probably the boyfriend of the Smallies, because that's who he hates. So, yeah, so any victims in the house or that panic into the house are killed. You or enemies in the room take 1 damage, and it may no longer be entered or searched. So basically, if they just flee and run in, they will burn and die. Yay! Gonna move that up. And yeah, so what items do we got? We got the crucifix up in the northwest. Discard to ignore any horror level increase, or end an enemy's movement when they're in an adjacent space. Not bad. The Bible, plus 2 dice when researching a conviction action. That's really nice. Probably going to go see if I can get that. Odds and ends. If you're in a house, you may place a booby trap token in it. If an enemy moves into the house, discard the token, and the enemy takes 2 damage. Oh, that's nice. And a pitchfork. How appropriate. Discard at any time to prevent the damage from a single attack. Well, those are all good. Those are all good. I would actually kind of like the Bible. The Bible would be very nice to have, just to help Pete. It's like, look, I'm a good Christian. I'm not trying to lure you into my cult of the frightenings. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, I think, to the Dreamworld. So he can just kill me outright. All right. And it doesn't say, but I would assume, because if I'm in the dark world, what? If I'm asleep, if I'm in the boiler room, since I can still move around on the board, like it kind of is like supposed to represent that I'm here, because there's no other board, it's those cards, that since I can move around and search, I would assume if I can attack him, I still have to be in his space. Like, it's not like, even though in the boiler room he just kind of pops up and can attack me, I probably still have to be in his space to attack him. Like, it's not just kind of like, oh, now we're like in this arbitrary side thing where we're attacking. That's how I am going to read it, or how I'm going to do it. But it doesn't really matter right now, because I'm going to do some, good old-fashioned walk-in. And try and go... Oh, I can't even search. I might actually just hold on to a lot of my stuff, or at least focus, but let's see. Boom. Alright, 1 success. Well. Let's go ahead, and I don't feel like, going to a block party. I'm trying to study, and it's just keeping me awake. And I heard about the fire, but yeah, so that's not... I guess I'll walk again. Well, bam. Okay, I'll just take the one success. So just kind of like, let's just sneak on into the Smiley's house. And both of those took time, and I am actually going to stop there and spend my time. Gonna spend 2 to search, and then gonna spend 1 to close call, and another 1 to convince, because I would like to go get that pitchfork, which is in the southeast, and there's 2 people there, residents. The Smallies are kind of out of the town after, they're actually on their way back from murdering this guy. This just happened. This was like yesterday. Anyway, that is my turn, so he is going to go after a victim. He can only move once, so let's see. Since he can move once, and so he would do the killer action, which is he would target me or a victim, but because I'm awake, he can't attack me. So he's basically just going to manifest over here and kill that person in their dream. They were just getting ready to go to bed, climbed into bed, and then there was that scene where he ripped through the mattress, and just a pool of blood, which increases terror. Oh, I meant to do a focus. Oh well. I have 2 focus. I can do it next time. Well, that person was massacred, but the music was so loud that no one really heard it, unfortunately. If asleep, reset the boiler room deck, otherwise you fall asleep. Okay. Ew, that sucks. So if that overdoes it, then it gets reset. Alright. They just got hit by a car. If there are no victims in any street space, discard. Otherwise, 1 victim in a street space of your choice is killed. Oh my god. Hey, check this out. Just, wow. Wow, just dead. Does that increase the bloodlust? Then he's gonna move. He can still only move 1. Yeah, well, that's in the quadrant, so I guess he would move here. And kill that person. And boom, and just like that. Those 2 people are dead. And I don't know if the bloodlust goes up if he didn't personally kill them. So let me just double check bloodlust. 20, 29. Yeah, each time a victim is killed, anytime you see it, bloodlust must be... Yeah, so boom, which increases terror. Okay, that's not great. That's not great, but could be worse. I also don't have any movement. I just realized, god damn it. Oh, there's also an X there. Well, could convince, even though there's no one there. Enter an adjacent house. Oh no, I needed to search anyway, so it is my turn. Should probably, maybe the pitchfork. No, well, yeah, because the Bible just goes in my backpack. But I need, the pitchfork is in the south. Oh yeah, in the southeast. I'd like to go get that. Okay, so let's go ahead and search. Here are, yeah, I'm still good on horror dice. Okay, so 1 die, or one success, so I take the top item card at my space, but I do lose some time. Which is going to be the Bible. Boom. Yeah. So, the Bible, plus 2 dice when resolving a convince action. I'll just appeal to their religious side. Surely they will let me in. Well, you know, if people were being massacred in their sleep, and it's like, I'd like to die in my sleep. It's, oh, okay, yeah, we can have that arranged, and then just annihilated. Ugh. Well. Don't have any movement, but let's go ahead and I shall focus. Okay, 1 success again, and I don't want to use 2 dice because I like the cards in my hand, so I will lower that and lose some time, and let's try this again. Just really think about what I've done. Jesus Christ, can I get 2, please? Can I just get 2 freaking successes? Alright, well, I'm gonna hold on to what I got. I got their Bible. It was covered in upside down crosses and pentagrams because the Smallies clearly aren't religious anymore. This was their old Bible. And his dark power is about to be revealed. That's poopy. But I'm going to grab my zeros and spend 2 on sprint. And I think I'll actually spend the last one to get another convince. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 8 cards. Yeah, I'm gonna start getting some people out of here, I think. Hopefully. But what's his movement now? 2? Can't quite get to him just yet, but he will at least move. So he's gonna go 1, 2, and just like that's like the shit's like, hey, who the fuck's that? Oh man, it's I got the Dream Doctor to come. Like you guys have been talking all about it. It's like, you did what? But the terror might cause them to start being. It's too quiet. Alright, so Terror's gonna go up, and he will still move towards me, so 1, 2. And if the killer was in the same space as me, then Terror would go up again, but it did not. No searching, no sleep till dun dun bum bum Brooklyn! Okay, baby, let's go ahead and get this sprint out here. I looked through the window and saw him just like walking towards me, just like doing like a 1920s gangster. Yep, I guess I will do close call and lose 2 time to reroll all dice. Alright, thank you. That is 2 successes, so let's move 3. So let's it's like, oh shit, let's go 1, 2, 3, hey, this way. I'm gonna grab 2 people. Nancy's like, you don't believe me. Oh, Nancy's such a good girl. Let's go hang out with her. Yeah, this party sucks. A fucking weirdo who started this block party said they got that murderous dream guy. I just need to move 1, and I got 1 success. So, oh yeah, by the way, that is a loss of time, and this is going to be a loss of time. So, we're going to move 1 and bring them here. Alright. Let's take the planning action card and gain 2 time. Because I might try to go to sleep after this. But while I'm there, because I don't have a search, dang it. Oh, but if I get a 3, then I can take something, and I want that pitchfork. So I will do the convince action. So I get my 2, and then because of my Bible, hey, Can I come into your house and pray? Come on, mama. Alright, well, that is kind of ass. That is pretty... You know, it was a 1. You know, I'm actually not going to do those. Because I do have my other convince. It's like, no, guys, you remember me reading the Bible all the time? Come on. It's the same fucking roll. Okay. I guess I'll enter the adjacent house and lose a time. That kind of sucks hard ass. What a fucking waste. That, yeah. I don't want to waste any of these, so I guess I'll stop there. Okay, well, as per usual, the Bible didn't do anything for me. He's just gonna start killing people. I mean, it kind of makes sense. They're the block party, and they're like, oh god, another high schooler. No, I don't want you to come in. I'm like, please, for the love of God. For the love of God! Holding up the Bible. Well, that is my turn. So, yep, he's just gonna come in here and just actually start killing, unlocking his dark power. It's kind of like that scene in Freddy vs. Jason whenever they're at the rave in the cornfield, and yeah, and people just start getting killed. That's what's happening here. Pitchfork Assault. Each time... That's pretty cool. Each time Dr. Fright damages you, terror goes up. Alright. Neat. I need to go to sleep. I also forgot to spend... Before I reveal this, I have time that I can spend. And I think I'm going to spend 2 of it as a search, gain my 2 focus back, and then gain 1 for a close call. Anyway, now, didn't you know they were already dead? If you have not saved any victims or your final girl card has been flipped, okay, remove 1 victim from a saved victim. Oh, what? Oh god. There's only 1 planning action card, so I will discard, remove 1 victim from a saved victim space on your final girl card. They were already dead. Yes, I'm running, like, I'm just like, come on, and then I look at him and I'm just holding their head. He's not moving, he's targeting a victim. He's just running around, just like stabbing people with his pitchfork. 1 person goes to run, he javelins it, and just kills that one. This guy is just, this block party was a bad idea. Horrible idea. And sprint is there, and it probably gives me shitty cell service. And convince. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I still have a weak attack. But I'm in the house now. It's my turn. I have no... Yeah, okay. Search. It's like, okay, well, there's a lot of people dying. So let's go ahead and see if I can find anything. I lose a time, but I do at least find the pitchfork. So now... It will do in a pinch. That would have sounded so much cooler if it was called a pinchfork. Shut the fuck up, Nancy. This is why you don't have any friends. This is why you weren't invited to the block party. Alright. It's not that great, but I am going to walk. Why do I only have 1 walk? Because... I don't know. Oh, man. Yep, I'll just get rid of these 2 focus, turn that into a success, and at least get to move 1 space, but it's like, okay. Have you noticed that the party got a lot quieter well, it says right here in Leviticus, get the fuck out of your house! And I will move 1, take that one, and do that to gain the 2 time back. So now I know they're not dead. And now, that was my turn. Yeah, don't need a short rest. I'm going to save my short rest so I can go to sleep and then get to him. So, I'm going to grab this walk. Going to spend... Can I get that critical blow? I might. That would be pretty nice. Yes. Critical blow. Might not be the smartest, but we shall see. I do have a close call. Alright. Now he is gonna stay there, and he's really just taking it out on that block party. Ugh. God, he's gonna do so much damage, and that's more terror. And God, that's so many victims. No, I will say the sign of one. I saved 2 people. Saved 3. They told us to hide! Oh. Place 1 new victim in each house that is not connected to a... that is not connected to an exit. So, there. There. Oh, speaking of which, I can't search there. There. No, that's connected. There. And there. Oh wait, it said house, right? Yeah, and each house is not connected, so that was every house. So that party had more than 6. The 6 were just the loudest ones, and everyone else as Dr. Fright just like manifested himself and just started, piercing people with a pitchfork. They scattered into the nearest homes. But I think it's time now. Oh, no. And I don't. Wow. I don't have any of my focus to lower the... Well, okay. Might still be worth it. So let's do this. It's not the smartest move, but I kind of need to start hitting him. And so I'm going to short rest. And that's 1 success. So, because I'm not turning any of that. So, I heal. Don't need to heal. Lose the time. And now I'm asleep. So, just in case, shuffle those. This goes to the bottom. And then boom. Now I'm asleep. Just took a quick nap right in the streets. So victims will not follow you during movement and cannot be saved. That's fine. There's no more party. Then I'm going to walk. Thank you! Thank you. There we go. Oops. Fucking... Alright. Now you're in my world, bitch. Hey, bitch. So let's do some planning. And that will be 1 success. Yeah. That will be 1 success. So I'll get 2 extra dice for the next roll. And let's do a critical blow. Running up on him, it's like I'm like, hey, this look familiar. Holding the pitchfork. Thank you. I was like, you gotta be eating my ass. Okay, 2 successes and then 2. So that's gonna be 4 damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then man, I'm gonna have nothing left. And I lower terror. Then I'm going to do a weak attack, where I only get the 2 now. He's like, wait, what is that? Ha! Okay, one attack, so I lose 1 health as well. We kind of trade. Actually, I think I will use my close call to re-roll 1 die. Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, that will be no damage then. Yeah, so it's just going to be 1 damage on him. It's kind of like how, yeah, isn't Freddy supposed to be afraid of fire or something? Like Jason's afraid of water, so is that just in the shitty, Freddy vs. Jason? So that was no time, planning was no time. Oh no, I did lose the time for planning and walking. Alright, so, now, this is where things get a little dicey. I need to try and wake up. So the weird thing is whenever it says trying to wake up, you must resolve all the cards in the BR deck. You can choose to resolve as many as you wish during the action phase. Okay. But you must always resolve 1 and exactly 1 Boiler Room card unless the game effect changes this during the terror phase. But I don't know what the hell the terror phase. That might be the panic phase. They might have just didn't. So, he has taken 5 damage. That's great. That's great. And it's appropriate. Holding my Bible mainly as a shield. But yeah, so let's see. So, actually, if I go right, I'll try and, but I think you guys can still see it, which is good. So I'm going to go up. Okay, so he's not there. He is not there. And I can keep going up, but because he's not down here, I know that there's a chance for him to be down there now. But I'm gonna try it anyway. And I gotta do it in a way that, so, he is not there either. So now, there's a 50-50 chance. Actually, no, there's a 100% chance he will be there, because since he wasn't down here, he must have been up here or up here. Since he wasn't down here again, he must be up there or up there. Ooh, that almost tilted. So, I think I will go to the left. Damn it, there he is. Ah, it's his gross head. So, that is going to, he's going to attack me, which is... Oh, that's... No, I forgot he was very strong. Oh, shit. Yeah, he knows how to use his pitchfork a little bit more than I do. Okay, so. So now I need to go down. Yes, okay. Whew. So yeah, so that, so now he's not there. So I did get out. Oh, that was rough. That was rough, yeah. So I revealed all 4 cards, therefore, now I wake up. These get shuffled. I caught him off, because he's like, wait a minute, how'd you bring that in here? And then, actually, he's like, this is my realm, Nancy girl. And then I stab him, and he's like, hey, that doesn't feel very good. Alright. I'm gonna stop there. And I'll grab my short rest, one of my short rest cards. Wait a minute. Sorry, that shouldn't be there. I short rested to... I short rested this turn, yeah, so that I don't have any 0 cards. I have 4 time. Oh, I wish I had 5 time, because then I can long rest. But I think I'm actually going to spend 2 of it to grab a sprint. 1 to grab a convince. And then another 1. And now I have an adrenaline, so that adds a die. Yeah, grab this close call. And then that close call will go back. That critical blow will go there. Planning came in handy. And then search. Oh, wait a minute, damn it. Discard item to prevent the damage from a single attack. Okay, yeah, so I will... Actually, I forgot. Yeah, the pitchfork. So I deflect his pitchfork with my pitchfork, but I will discard that, so I don't have a weapon anymore. Because so whenever he did see me, I just, like, kind of, like, pin him down. Don't do any damage, but, like, in between the bars, so I'm like, ah! And I start running away. And then I wake up in the streets. In the intersection, surrounded by a bunch of massacred, neighbors. Those are all there. I'll still spend the time as I did. So now he's going to do his killer phase, where he will move towards the nearest victim, which it doesn't really see. I mean, that might be, yeah, I guess he'd go in there and just move. Well, I guess he can move 2 anyway, so that would be the nearest one. Go in there, because that's his target, because I'm awake, and these people are all sleeping and crying. No, actually, I don't need to. I guess I wouldn't have needed to sprint, but a movement still going to be good. Terror! Of course. Ooh. Ooh. Alright. Endless sleep. Gives him 1 health. And I fall asleep. While this card is in play, I must remain asleep. Reset the boiler room immediately upon exiting it. And what sucks the most about that is... Dang, yeah. I guess I can try and get some items. Because I have to basically hit him to do a damage, but now he's going to try and come after me. This is my turn. Don't have any focus. I do have a convince that lets me enter an adjacent house with people in it. I don't know what the top card of the Southeast deck is anymore. Well, let's do my movement. Okay, 1 success, so that will be 2 spaces. Yeah, so let's go there. Yeah, okay. And then do a convince. And I get to roll 4 dice because of my Bible. And wow. Wow. This Bible is fucking useless. I'll just immediately, I think it might be worth it. I at least can, so I just shove my way into this frightened man's home. He's actually asleep. I am going to go in there and I'm going to take a damage to do it. It immediately ends the action phase, but that's okay. I guess I could have done close call, but didn't lose any... I did lose the time from doing my sprint. So, give me my zeros back. And let's go ahead and spend 2 for a guard. Furious Strike is 4, so I can only do Weak Strike. Let's spend 2 for a Search. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And... oh, speaking of which, this is actually there. And I'll spend 1 for another Convince. Okay, his turn. Yes, he would very much like... So it's me or them, whichever is closest. It looks like, from my understanding, the intersection is kind of adjacent to everyone. So he would come after me because he has... because he has me asleep. So he's going to run at me. So he's going to go 1, 2 into this part while I'm trying to look for something, just force my way in, and yeah, he's just like teleporting unexpectedly, and he's gonna attack, and it's a 3. I will guard. Wow. Wow. I'm rolling like, oh no wait. Close call. Lose time to reroll. That is much better. That is gonna be 1. Let's do a walk and a focus to make it 2 successes. So I will ignore all damage, and he hasn't damaged me because of the pitchfork I blocked, and then just now I blocked all damage, so no damage from that. Now the tarot card might be something different. Frankie's coming for you. Oh, that's disgusting. Okay, yeah. 1, 2, Frankie's coming for you. Yeah, he's running towards a victim, so like I run upstairs, and then he hears a slight whimper, and he looks to his right and sees an easy victim. If Dr. Fry's in a space with at least 1 victim, 2 terror. So 1, and then hits that, increases that, which is gonna be 1, and then if asleep, reset the boiler room deck. I think that goes there. Otherwise, I fall asleep. Well, I am asleep. Okay. Well. Ooh. This. Yeah, and it's been a while. Let me look up the. Again, it was the Bloodlust track. 5. It's 10. Oh, sorry. No, yeah, that makes sense. So that's just what's going to happen every time it now increases. Man, he went up quick. People are freaked, which I would be too. I mean, if you have to sleep, so if you have any chance of just being brutally murdered. But it does seem, it's like, I don't know why people don't move. Like, it seems to always be isolated. So it's like, oh man, yeah, this masked man with a hockey mask is attacking people in this neighborhood. Yeah, fucking pack up. Like, get out of there. Oh, this man in a William Shatner mask is attacking everyone. Move to the town over? It's so weird. So weird. I also forgot to spend my time. I forgot to do the planning phase. And I had 4. Well, it is what it is. Anyway, so that was that. I'll just reset it because I've already seen what it. But so during the panic phase, I have to do something. Let's go to the left. That sucks. That sucks. Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing for that. And you have to do one. So, yep, I think that just killed me. But let's just say, for humor's sake, I had my 4, so I did buy some guards, or a guard, or a retaliate would have been better because I was at 5. Yeah, let's just say I spent that just so I can keep showing you this. So let's do a retaliate, and a close call. Because I forgot to spend my stuff. Because all I have are 0s. Yeah, so I will do a retaliate. Roll 2 dice. Use my close call. Spend that. Oh, that's right, because I spent a close call. To re-roll. There we go. So I will retaliate, ignoring all damage from attacks and dealing 2 back. So 1, and then 2. And reset the upon exiling it. So endless sleep. So I'm still asleep, but I now feel that I can wake up. Yeah, he one-shots me otherwise. So still like 2 cards. It's like, it's always weird shuffling a small deck. Okay. Boom. Oh, whoops. I'm like, what? Why are these the way they are? Did not look. Yeah, so technically now, yeah, so that was that. That was his turn. That was the planning phase, so now, yeah, upkeep phase. Action, action, action. Well, if I'm asleep, let's see if I can do anything. Oh, no, I can't. A weak attack isn't going to do anything, and I only have one. I only have 1 weak attack. So, I have an idea. Oh, it's not great. It's not great. I need to wake up. This is terrifying. Like if you're aware that you're dreaming and you're like in this freaking situation and you're like, I need to get up. I mean, short rest would heal me. I can walk and try and get away. I can oh, actually, sorry, no, I will fix this. I only dealt 1 damage because it's a terror level of super high, so I could have only gotten 1 success anyway and reduced damage by 2. So that doesn't kill me, but I am definitely hurting. That was with the retaliate and the 2 successes. I should have only rolled 1 die. So, which means all of these should be, like, guard should be there. Convince, sprint. And then, yeah, those should all be there. Let's see if I can at least get away. Or search, but he's just gonna hunt me. I basically need... I know, I'm gonna focus. Wow. I need to make that a success. I guess searching and convincing just aren't in the cards. So that will lower terror and cause a time. I think I will be... He can just get to me really from anywhere. So instead of walking, I think I will get rid of weak attack. Don't plan on attacking him. Okay, so now I'll convince. I'm gonna use these 4. You gotta be kidding me. Jeez. What happened? I was rolling so well last time. 1 success, so I can enter an adjacent house, so I guess I'll enter here. And then that loses me a time. And let's... He can get to me really from anywhere. So in all reality, I should have walked first. Which is 1 success, which lets me, so from here, and then I'll go into here with these guys with my convince. And I guess short rest. Still 2 dice. Nothing. Nothing. These dice are really... Oh wait, I get an extra one because of the adrenaline. Didn't matter. Literally, it's just basically I'm just dead. I'm fucking dead. I can't rescue anyone, so might as well try and escape. So let's go up. Okay. Let's go up. Yep, he got me. He got me. He definitely 100% got me. And unless... Boom! Nope, yep, he fucking just... so I'm like... he's just like... and then like just like reaches around and just like stabs me with the pitchfork, and I'm fucking dead. That was brutal. That was brutal. Her ability is really cool though. Like every time you lose normal health, you can reveal a final black like this thing, and you can actually reveal it and then swap it with yours. So she basically can give herself multiple chances of not dying. But yeah, that was Dr. Fright and Maple Lane. Let's just see, would he have died? Yeah, I mean, I got him down to 3. I got a good wallop on him, but he just took advantage of that block party. Probably should have tried to get him out more, but I was like, oh yeah, the crucifix in the Bible, like that Bible, like that thing sucked so hard. But let's go ahead and talk about Dr. Fright and Maple Lane. I think last time I talked about the location first, so let's talk about Maple Lane. It's interesting. I mean, the 4 quadrants and then kind of going into houses and searching for items. I like that, like having to convince people to let you in. And it's not hard. Like, if you really convince them, like getting 3 successes, then you get to go in and immediately get an item, which is nice. So it's another way of searching instead of the regular search. But any other thing, you can still get in. It's like, okay, do you just get in? Does it cost time? Do you take damage? It's pretty much allows you to always at least kind of get in when people are there. Otherwise, it's like no one's home. You can go in and start searching. And I like the fact that thematically they start dwindling, because each of those decks only has 3 items anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, but it's a very condensed street, so it's like every house is right next to each other. So movement is actually it's pretty hard to kind of get away from them, and the victims are all clustered together. So it made it very difficult to. Now, I mean, if I was going on saving them more, like I probably could have done, then might have been a little bit easier. But yeah. Because all the other ones in, like on the other maps, they have lines to them to show that, hey, this is how they're connected. This one doesn't, so it's like, okay, I guess everything's just kind of adjacent to each other. So you're just basically hopping a fence to get from the next house and just B&Eing everywhere. So that was a problem. My setup block party was rough because they're like, yeah, woo, it's nighttime, it's the anniversary of that person's death. We're edgy and we just got done coming from Hot Topic, and then this guy shows up and is like, hey, remember me? And it's just stabbing people over and over, and it's like, yeah, people are terrified. That's that he exists, so he's very fast and does a lot of damage, and she doesn't have a lot of health, so it was kind of just. Yeah, it was a bad situation. So Maple Lane, not bad, very tight, not very easy to get around, but it's also easy for them to get around. Dr. Fright is super cool, like obviously inspired by Freddy Krueger, and boy does it seem like it. I think that them just doing a 4-card boiler room thing is really neat, and I like the fact that it's not I mean, it's like your first thing is random whenever you go to sleep, kind of where you move. I mean, you have like 3 quadrants. Like you have a 75% chance that he's not gonna be there. But I love the fact that he only shows up in one of the 4 quadrants on each of the decks once. So whenever you move, you can like move up and be like, oh, he's not there. And then you can move like to the right or something, and it's like, oh, okay, since he wasn't there, and he wasn't in the bottom, that means that if I go if I go down, then he might not be there. But you kind of hedge your bets there. It's like, oh, I can go all the way left. I can come all the way left and reveal that. And, oh, he's not there. And then you can deduce which one he is in. And so you can actually avoid him. And I think that that's smart. It would have been very, very annoying if it was just kind of like, oh, okay, here's the boiler room deck. You're asleep. Reveal it. And and it was just like, oh, is he there? Is he not? It would be just kind of dumb. So I like the fact that they did some element of wandering around his domain to be able to try and wake up. And that's the only way you can attack him. Like, otherwise he can't attack you because you're awake, and he can only attack in the dream state. But you have to actively fall asleep, so it gave another action for resting to go in to actually go, take the fight to his house. And because I think it even says, where was it? Oh, yeah. In order to kill Dr. Fright, you will have to confront him in the Dreamworld on his turf, in his boiler room. No one has ever fought back before, but if you play your cards right, he will soon find out that he can be hurt or even killed. I think that's extremely neat. And, again, it just showcases how much variety each of these boxes has, because, I mean, it'd be so interesting to see Dr. Fright on other maps or other enemies on Maple, like in Maple Lane. Like, Hans is a very slow character, but that slowness wouldn't hinder him too much of him running through Maple Lane and just beating people to death with a sledgehammer. It's fascinating. I mean, these pair extremely well, because the fact that he kind of teleports anyway makes sense for how quickly he can move around. And yeah, it's a frightening situation if this was ever to be, like, if you ever take the concept of Nightmare on Elm Street or Freddy Krueger, it's easily the worst. Like, because you can run from Jason, you can run from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you can I mean, technically, I think I don't know if it's ever been confirmed that they're, like, actual entities with the fact that they can, like, teleport, but I always thought that that's just a horror movie trope where it's like, oh my god, he wasn't supposed to be here. But I don't know if they ever confirmed that. No, yeah, they're mystical beings, but you could still run from them. You can fight back in any situation, but with Freddy, nah. Yeah, you can't, because you're asleep, and that's how he gets you. And so him ramping up on the Bloodlust track and just increasing horror makes so much sense. So yeah, I mean, I was rolling like absolute ass, but even then I was able to kind of twist it in a thematic way that just I could stumbling over my words, couldn't get anyone to convince to let me in, so I had to like shoulder my way in, and I'm like weak and dehydrated and sleep deprived, so I'm just like wandering through his estate because he put me under an endless sleep, and I'm like, oh, and then I try to get out, and he just got me. So yeah, Dr. Fright and Maple Lane, I think I'm gonna give it a 9. I really liked this box set. Even Nancy with 4 health her ability was super cool. She had a really good like way to heal too, and then one of her abilities was also take a long rest card. But I thought it was very atmospheric. I mean, all the other ones I've played have been atmospheric as well, so it's another good one. So yeah, that is Dr. Fright and Maple Lane for Final Girl. I hope you're enjoying these, and definitely just look forward to the rest of them. And then when I get my season 2 stuff, keep an eye out for those. But other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.
Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.